from that park place. Sorry, it's not letting me close these bottom of the screen ads, but there you go. You get the idea. The budget for Disney's live-action Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler, reportedly exploded to over $500 million. Yoicks! The budget for the Walt Disney Company's live-action Snow White film, starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, is rumored to have exploded to over $500 million. They're never. It's the Tiger King meme of I am never going to financially recover from this. That is exactly this. There's no possible way on earth, and if you say I'm wrong, you're coping so effing hard. Like, there is literally 0% chance that they're even going to break even on this. No chance at all. But from there, WDW Pro shared two of the major problems that Disney is attempting to fix. First, he noted that, quote, the dwarves have been roundly mocked, and they have been mocked at the level that the original Sonic the Hedgehog model in that film. Of course, Sega and Paramount went back to work and redid the entire model, redid the entire film to make the character look like it does in the video games. Yeah, and that actually, I think, saved the movie because it bought them a lot of goodwill. It took more time. They had to delay the film. I guarantee it cost them a lot more money. But they recouped it. And guess what? It got 2 sequels and a spin-off television show out of it. People, even if you're not like, oh man, Sonic's such a great film. I thought it was okay. I haven't seen the sequels or the Knuckles show yet. But it was good. It was entertaining. It was a fun time. I got to turn my brain off. I'm like, oh, a Sonic movie. Okay, it's kind of like the Super Mario Brothers movie. It was fun, and it didn't look like trash. There were no politics in it, that kind of stuff. But either way, getting back to this though, with this one, they're not going to have that much time to do everything that's needed or that needs to be done, and they have 7 models that need to be adjusted. Yeah, and the other thing is apparently they're going to try to adjust the color palette, the atmospherics of the movie to make it brighter and more lighthearted and make it more child-friendly. It was deemed a little too dark, he added. Yeah. I mean, the original film is kind of like the cartoon is kind of dark. Oh, there she is by the wishing well. Well, she's not going to be singing about her, true love's kiss and all that. All the like, if anybody who actually enjoyed Snow White, like my wife, loves Snow White, loves it. That's that is her favorite princess, her favorite Disney princess film. Anybody who enjoyed that and the songs in it and whatever, you're not getting that. I guess they're going to do Whistle While You Work, while, by the way, she's not working at all. She's making the 7 CGI dwarves work for her. She's literally handing them everything. It's like, you're going to do all this. Meanwhile, I'm going to spin around and sing.
Cool.
Girl boss. But yeah, so I don't know what they're doing there. It's not even that. I mean, yeah, she's Hispanic, and which makes the whole thing just dumb because it doesn't make any sense with the character itself. You have to cast a character named Snow White based on that name, and the description given for her in literally every adaptation. But they're like, no, we're gonna cast a Latina actress. She's gonna be Colombian. And then besides just her being Colombian, you find the worst one because, first of all, she doesn't look anything like I would picture Snow White to look like. And I'm not even talking about skin color, just like, no. And then on top, she's supposed to have like a little like childlike qualities to her. There's nothing childlike and innocent looking about Rachel Zegler. And then on top of that, you find the most insufferable twat you can possibly find, and you cast her. Yuck. WDW Pro then declared the big story about all of this is that Disney apparently is trying to get this movie ready to go on the cheap. Well, a little late for that. And the reason that it might be done on the cheap is because they've already done 3 reshoots.
Not great, Bob.
0 excuses for that, by the way. None. We know that this film had a budget that was somewhere around $300 million, They have overshot that significantly, according to my source, and this film is now headed towards for The Force Awakens and The Rise of Palpatine. That's what I'm going to call it, kind of budget. We're nearing the $500 million mark, according to the source he shared.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
My wife hates the dress, and I get it. It doesn't like she wants it to look exactly like the cartoon. And it doesn't. So I get why she doesn't like it. I don't hate the dress. It's okay, but ugh, I don't know. She's awful. But this rumor has some significant validity to it, given Caroline Reed at Forbes reported that Disney's production company in the United Kingdom working on Snow White has already spent $209.3 million over 3 years as of July 2022. And they've spent a lot more since then. It has been over 2 years since that report, and we know of at least one confirmed reshoot from Gal Gadot. She posted a photo of an actor's chair on her Instagram stories in June 2024, writing, "Feels good to be back." Ew.
Ew, David!
Not only did the film undergo at least one confirmed reshoot, but as WDW Pro noted, the film appeared to radically change how it was going to depict the seven dwarves. Based on set photos leaked by the Daily Mail, it appears the company was completely doing away with them. However, following significant pushback, Disney released a photo depicting the dwarves as CGI creations. You see there the 7 homeless DEI hires, and then the 7 CGI abominations.
I am dead inside.
This movie's going to suck. Major nards. Hi, puppy. Hey, you guys want to see a good puppy? Well, no, she's walking away. Hey. All right, well, I guess you're not going to see her right now. But anyway, back to this. Dude, I don't even know what to say at this point. Just burn it with fire. The whole thing. It's you can't even write this thing off as like a tax loss, whatever, like a tax write-off. You can't do that with all the. They've already been advertising it a little bit. They got teaser trailers out there and all that good stuff. So you can't just like call it a wash. $500 million freaking dollars. Ugh.
Oh my god!
And you're just they're probably going to spend more. They got to spend more on advertising. They got to give a chunk of that to theaters when they go in. I will say Disney supposedly has something worked out with production companies, or not. I'm sorry, with theaters, where they don't give the theaters quite as big of a chunk as they would. They're like another production company would give. So because theaters do. To survive, they get a chunk of the box office. Well, Disney gets to keep more of that, supposedly. So, but still, you're giving some of that box office away to theaters. You're giving, you're spending more money on advertising. This thing is going to be. It might be the biggest flop of all time. I'm not even like being hyperbolic. It could be like everybody talks about like Waterworld and whatever, how big of a flop that was, and it was. But holy cow, how do you spend this much money on something and that is going to be colossal failure? I mean, at the time they might not have thought that it was going to flop quite so hard, but give me a break. Come on, man.